This entire team has been lifted tonight by Odell Beckham. This is sick. Put this to music.
I'll give you like one of my bench receivers and a handcuff. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Lenny, Cam, Sutton, JK, Woods, Kirk, Tony, MVS. There you go. You got one. MVS.
Yeah. Someone have him right now?
Dame. So
Pop it
he's
off.
gold.
Dame picked him up when you dropped him.
Dame loves to get at a second chief or a third chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Hardman guy usually, I feel like.
That's me now. I'm big Hardman. This guy's locked in flex at the moment.
Then they trade for Tony.
What happened to the flexes in this league? I feel like,
Dude, flex is a waste. Flex's weekly starts every time, man.
I feel like even wide receiver 3 is usually like pretty good, and this year it's like
every week I set my lineup. I'm like, hey, finally I'll be able to bench Zay Jones. I'm like, wait, is he? Every week, every time I do it, I'm like, how's he back there? I don't understand. I keep thinking like someone's coming back or something. I'm like, oh no, this guy's just an Inda.
yeah, I was like, oh damn, Donovan Peoples-Jones is on bye next week. I won't be able to throw him in.
Yeah,
Brutal.
Not bad. You already do the aggregate.
Yes. So I've got it all ready to go. So welcome to the Rad League podcast, everyone. It's been 8 weeks. Tonight is Monday night, October 31st, final day of week 8. Most of the matchups are spoken for. Welcome, Drew. Welcome, Zach. How's it going?
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having
Happy
me.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween. So today, should we do the power rankings 10-1? And when we get to their team, we'll just talk about their matchup. We'll just talk about their most recent.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's the first video since the start of the season. Probably because I was 0-6. Wasn't trying to make a video with winless. We got a couple wins now. Content's back a little bit. So we're going to go into the 10th ranked team. It's our very own co-host, the Vacuum Cleaners. This was unanimous across all 3 ballots. Zach, let's dive into your matchup here. You're coming off maybe the most lopsided of the week against the Inferno.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Tough one on my side, but also even if I had a better week, it would have been tough. Inferno putting up 166, going up against like 3 guys that combined for about my point total. Still got Donovan Peoples-Jones going tonight, so we'll see what we end with. But
Cross 100, and that'd be big. That'd be big for you.
Yeah. We're a studs and scrubs team, and when the studs put up single digits, then we're not going to do good. And that's kind of what happened this week. That's kind of what's been happening all year so far. But happy to have Swift back. First time since week 2. We got a quarterback who's on bye next week, but we got one.
Where are you going to play? Do you have one on the bench?
No, not yet. But I see a few guys on the wire that I like.
I was gonna say I didn't know if he was gonna put himself at 10. I was thinking for Zach, like instead of us explaining why we have him at 10, I want to hear like the pitch as to why you shouldn't be 10, but you put yourself at 10.
I think
tell us on the Vacuum Cleaners if you had.
I kind of what we were just saying. I started off on a tough foot after a bad draft, and now I'm trying to scratch and claw my way back. I gotta, cut the emotional ties to the guys that I like, and just try to make some trades. I might have to lose some trades just to get better, but the cores, I like the core as much as people hate Lenny. He puts up good points every single week. We got Swift coming back, and Jefferson and St. Brown. I've got three of my top 4 guys are past their bye, and I think that's going to be huge.
let's stir up some rumors. Let's stir up some buzz. How bad do you want to win a chip this year? Like, what if somebody wants Jeff? And it's like,
I've been approached already. I've been approached already for a full squad for Jefferson, but
The classic.
I'm honestly, I want to win a chip really bad this year, but my most fun time every single week is watching Justin Jefferson play football, and he's never going to leave my team, and that's just what it is. Even if like I feel like it's they're handing me a championship, anything can happen really. I mean, we saw G-Stop go 12-0 or whatever last year, so sorry for the ricochet shot, but yeah, I don't see myself getting rid of Jefferson.
Jefferson, yeah, he's probably your best player you got on your whole team.
I didn't send it in the app. After like week 1, I was like, fuck it. And I think I almost sent like a decent chunk of boys through text to Zach. And he just ignored me. And I've won like 6 out of 7 since, so thank God. But
Last
people are
week
gonna be knocking every year.
Last week was the fucking Lenny's a handcuff narrative, and this guy had the most points on your team outside of QB and defense. He was your best player, 11.8.
Yeah, I also have the Eagles, which is huge. They're past their bye too, so that's
Huge.
that feels like good points every single week. But Lenny, I mean, this narrative that Lenny's a handcuff kind of makes no sense considering he's seeing the snap percentages of a top RB in the league. He's a top 10 RB in points, and he's putting up numbies every single week. He gets
dying.
so
Brady's
much
dying
work.
a slow, painful death. So are the Bucs.
The divorce is over, so he's moving past it now.
This
Clear
guy's
mind.
boozing. This guy's boozing for sure.
I think the offense hopefully gets moving a little bit more, but Lenny's got some juice. They just got to get a bit more creative with the play calls. If they keep using him in the passing game like they did the weeks before, I mean, this guy's catching like 8 balls a game and going for 60 yards. So
All right, we're going to 9. We're going to team 9. EMG across the board, they were ranked.
No, I had him 8.
Yeah, they were ranked 9-8-9. They were ranked 9-8-9 across the board. EMG, they're coming off a loss this week too. Andy, what do you see with Eat My Grit? 4-3.
And when I look at Dawn EMG, to me they're like every position they have one really good guy. They got Saquon at running back, they got Andrews at tight end, Burrow at quarterback, and I put Gabe Dave as his best receiver just because I'm like that's Allen's deep threat red zone target. It's like boom, 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 boom. Those guys can pop. But then after that, it's just like vanilla or just it's like RB3 land.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
B-Rob, Algier, Lat Murray, Mike
14
Carter.
rushes in a bad offense every game.
It's just like it's like 6-point RBs all the time. 2 Jets, 2 Manders. That's not great. I will say about Don though, like I don't know, he's going to be he's not an easy out. He's like a trap game team.
Yeah, he's
Don,
never struggling for flex.
Yeah. What's that?
He's never struggling for flex either. Like he has so many of these RBs and so every week he's pretty much locked into 3 RBs in the flex, which could be a recipe for success, but it's just they're all the same guys, whole roster.
Yeah. But
I'm looking at those receivers and Gabe Dave, Michael Pittman, Brandon Cooks,
Deontay,
Allen Robinson.
Yeah, not great. What's Cooks doing in wide receiver 2? So I get Gabe Dave up there.
I want Dave, Pittman, Cooks, and then maybe EMG would be 5 in the rankings if you did that. I don't know.
Yeah. But Barkley and Burrow could go nuts and do something good.
So could Gabe. Yeah. Like you can get fucked by MG any week. So
yeah, this week he was going up against G-Sop, who had a good week, so we kind of handled him. EMG didn't really reach 100, unlikely. Coming up next, the Jackrabbits, rank number 8. They had 11 points total. This is a team that has had a bench full of names all year, and they still have a bench full of names. It is yet to be determined if that is going to result in a roster full of points.
Yeah.
I had him higher.
Really?
I had him higher. I think, like, assuming Keenan comes back healthy, he's got a receiving core of Hopkins, Godwin, Keenan Allen, Mixon, and just Josh Jacobs, who's been on another level this year. And then he's got Jamal Williams, who could put in 2 touchdowns every single week, like easy. And honestly, Taysom Hill's been good too. So
I hate
Taysom Hill. Yeah, we need to discuss if he's getting banned as a tight end. I was thinking of this today when I went to a trade for him. I was like, well, fuck this guy. I don't know what to offer. You can quarterback and running back, but you can play him in tight end. Might be a cheat code. He gets the second decimal level of points, should be illegal.
Yeah.
But this team, it's too old. It's too fucking old and crucked. We've already start crucking, like Hopkins. Godwin's already been hurt. Keenan's already been hurt. Waller's already been hurt. Fuck, Hopkins, not to say he's been unreal, but like Mixon could cruck.
To me, they're the
He's straight away Thielen. Yeah, you got Michael Thomas, Cruck.
To me, they're like the
Not
one.
worried about the Cruck team, man.
They're the 100 to 110 every week team. Like, I don't think they'll ever get, like, they shouldn't get much lower, shouldn't get much higher. I could be wrong. Jacobs has popped the last few weeks. I just see guys that all are going to hover around 8-12 probably, which is fine. But 3 weeks in the playoffs could be tough. And keeper sitch, let's just not even.
Yeah, it's let's just
Hop
not,
in.
it's not even. Who they Tink? They took down, or you took them down.
Unless Mixon puts up 30 tonight.
Yeah, this guy's not quick. He's not fast enough at running to do that.
But we'll see.
Next up, 7th ranked, we have Andy's Love Life. We have ALL. 0-6 start, 2-0 in the last 2 games. Looking like on a potential path to string a couple more here. I've always said 4-6. That was the next step. From 0-6, 4 wins, 4-6, right in the playoff picture. It's just the same old ALL team that's just got a bunch of running backs that run it a million times and one receiver that could finish wide receiver 1, and then just waiver boys. That's where I find all my teams.
I'm on the ALL train right now. I said on the chat, I think he might make the playoffs because he got all the bye weeks. If people want to look at ALL schedule, have a gander, have a yonder. Bye weeks, like teams with lower projected points. Henry's done his bye. There's a lot kind of working in Al's favor right now. And I don't know. It's simple. Waddle, Henry, ETN, Taylor, Boyd without Chase.
Tua. Put some respect on Tua.
Yeah, Tua.
there's a lot of pop.
Yeah.
Tua had
There's a lot of pop.
30 this week, and he threw a touchdown that they went Bengals. They didn't review. Guy was clearly over. They just ran the next play, and some rando got a rushing TD on the goal line. So it would have been like 35-point night or day from Tua.
You got pop. I think that's why right now.
Kittle too. Kittle's quietly back. He's back with the Andrews tier. Like, fuck, what's the difference?
Oh,
He's
Okay.
right back up there
I
lately.
would say
okay.
Right back up there lately. It's Kelsey. It's Kelsey still in his own tier. Andrews is he's probably better like long-term fantasy, but he's injured and he hasn't been fucking performing well. Kittle's 100% ready to go, and with CMC coming to that team, the whole offense is just better. Ayuk's better, Kittle's better, CMC's better. They're all just fucking scoring way more.
I wouldn't put him in the Andrews tier yet, but he's
All right,
definitely
all
he's back in a relevance.
He's the third best tight end then.
I'll give him that. Yeah,
Or Taysom.
and Kittle can pop for 20.
Yeah, last three weeks he went 3, 15 or 10, 15, 10.
Well, 8, 15, 9, but
Fuck off.
Curtis Samuel, that guy's just stuck around, eh? Every time I go, I'm like, that guy's still there. He's still kicking.
Curtis Samuel, yeah. No, I got bye week 14, so I'm like, you're up. You're every week, Phil, until the end of the year. You're probably gone. But every week I've needed him, man. Every week I've been like churning flex 3, flex 2, wide receiver 3. Mac Hollins is likely to get the start next week again. Him and Hardman are flex 2 and 3. Curtis Samuel's wide receiver 3.
All right. maybe walk back my take. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the bottom of the roster. Henry Etienne.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what RB. That's a top 2 RB and a top 6 RB.
Yeah.
And then if Taylor figures it out,
yeah, he should just get back to being fucking. He should be putting up a like 80 to 100 and a TD every other week, every third week. He should still be all right.
Yeah.
Anyways, going on up, unless anyone has anything else to say.
I was gonna say that Adams trade was a massive dub.
Yeah. RIP to thank you to Devontae Adams. Brought a tip. You brought great years, great times. You might have been one of the most dominant players after Todd Gurley to really elevate this franchise. But your time has come and gone, and King Henry is now the king. I don't know. Moving up, number 6, the Tinker Soldiers, our first place team. Number 6.
Oh, respect.
This is where they seem to always be ranked, Joe. They always seem to be ranked.
I had me at 3, but let's hear it.
I had Tink at 6 too. There's just I may be old school, I may be a boomer, but I'm still a RB bust team. Those are still the teams I fear the most. And I know your team had very consistent points for. You got a lot of good players. I just think that by the end of the year, it's going to be the teams that have RBs and guys putting up 20 that are going to be the best.
This is a swing year for that. Start of the year, everyone on Twitter was like, "Oh, it's now wide receiver year." All this, and this last week has been like running backs just popping off, and it's like, damn it.
Yeah, you guys could just carry the ball 30 times a game.
Forget.
I just like DJ Moore and Ayuk seem fake to me. They seem fake. And like this PJ Tucker juice that DJ Moore is drinking right now, I don't see it lasting. I went through the DJ Moore experience, and it goes like this. You fall. He makes you fall in love with you because he puts up like he's like wide receiver 4 through like 4 weeks or something, and then goes right back to being DJ Moore. And Ayuk, like, I don't know, seems fake. He'll go back to 5 points, and then he'll score 20, and then he's like Tyler Boyd almost.
The way I like to sell my team is just like, I know any player can do what I say, but I'm always like, yeah, but this guy has the talent to go for 15 one week. It's like, so can anybody. But that's what I taught myself. I'm like, if I can get, I think part of my ranking was my hope that I can hold on to a bye week. Knock on wood. If I do, it's just 2 games I got to win. With Allen Diggs, they pop off. If I get a couple other guys popping off, I can squeeze out 2 wins. So I like my odd. DK doesn't get talked about a lot. Wasn't even mentioned. Is Geno not buzzing? Is DK not a monster? I don't know.
I like DK. I've sent you an offer for DK the last like 3 weeks.
Not happening.
I like your receivers, but it's like obviously the RBs are tough, but then flex is like Garrett Wilson, Zay Jones, Renfro. I guess you did have Zeke and Zeke and Metcalf out last week, so that's why your flex was hurting a little bit there.
Yeah. I don't even know how to defend Zeke and Dylan because I've just spent the last 3 years shitting on them. I'm not prepared to make a case, but let's just hope these guys get in the end zone. I don't know what else to say.
One is like basic archetype A of RB2. That's Zeke. And then Dylan is like the handcuff RB2 prototype A. It's just like, I guess that's all right. But even Damian Pierce is borderline RB2. But
We'll see.
bench is pretty good too. Again,
You seem like I think you need a Lenny. I think that's what you're missing.
I don't know what to give you. I can't make trades because
No bias though.
my guys are either like my core guys, they're shit blokes, or they're just like my favorite players, like Garrett Wilson and Ayuk are like just guys that I love. So I don't know if I can trade. Maybe DJ Moore if someone wants to gauge, or Josh Palmer. That's the official pink block.
Jesus.
think so. Our power ranks have you 6th best, but you're looking like you're gonna get a bye if you don't fumble it.
They do.
Number 5. This is a team with the same record as me. We got the Inferno, a 2-6 team, ranked 5 in the power rankings. They had 1 more point than you, Drew, effectively. It's just a simple case of CMC and Kamara each scored 30, and you look at that team and you're like, fuck that. But he also has he has some waiver running backs too that are doing really good, like Gus Edwards, Deonta Foreman. He has Adams and Kyler Murray. So like flex is good, RB is good, QB has a stud wide receiver. I think it's a strong team moving forward. They're going to be competing with me all the way to make this playoffs, but I had them ranked even higher, I think. I had Inferno ranked number 4.
Jacoby Myers is sleeper too.
Yeah, that guy is.
I fucked that so hard. I added that into the Zeke Ayuk deal because I wanted to get A-Rob for the bit, and I added that like an idiot just for everyone's record. He's been solid. Yeah, I don't know. It's a stacked team. If the season started today, it'd probably be ranked like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's week 9. Same boat as
I feel like it's similar vibes as ALL in the sense that like they have Inferno's got some pop in terms of they have guys that could easily go for 20 in any given week, like McCaffrey, Kamara, and Adams. But then I think where they're above ALL probably is like these auxiliary guys are a bit less sketchy than George Pickens and Curtis Samuel, but like they got Gus Edwards, David Montgomery, Deontay Foreman, who's put up just like an insane amount of points the last 2 weeks. And then I guess they just got Gibson, who seems to be getting more and more involved.
big matchup next week. They're going up against B-Dub.
I don't want to trade for Antonio Gibson now. Or no, I'm definitely going to – not saying you can overcharge me, but I would like to trade for him. All right.
My time with that one.
After Inferno ranked 5, the King FIO ranked number 4, tied actually with the bench warmers. They each have 22 points. We'll start with FIO because I believe they're lower in the standings at the moment. They're playing each other, so winner is going to decide likely 3rd place in the whole league and 3rd place in the power rankings too. This is a team that their studs are kind of out right now. Like Najee's dead for the bench warmers. FIO. Brees is dead. RIP.
I love how it's compared Najee being fat and slow. Like literally.
Or his ACL.
Like same thing, Najee and Brees.
You might as well, instead of Najee, you might as well have name X and get 6.5 points a week. Like,
yeah.
Najee Harris is like you hand your kid Madden and they don't know where the speed boost button is. And he's just kind of like
running. But FIO, yeah, Chase out a little bit. They really need to win together, but they've still got a hell of a team, in my opinion. Like the receiver core is sneaky, held on real strong. Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Terry McLaurin. even if Chase has to sit a little bit, that's pretty good. Jalen Hurts stud.
Cooper's been great.
Hayden Hurst is Inda. Mike's nervous about a Kareem Hunt shutdown, and Hayden Hurst is Inda.
Oh, wow. You know what? I can honestly picture Hunt getting like no run tonight because they might trade him if they lose.
Wow.
And he needs 13 points between Amari Cooper and
It's 8:15, so he's locked in now.
I guess Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
That's huge.
He's just banking on touching one of those two guys, which isn't the worst thing. If he had Brees and Chase,
He would be ranked number 1 probably.
Yeah.
He's still got Dalvin Cook and Singletary. Khalil Herbert now is our RB3 on the scene for him.
McLaurin for free.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He slipped the guy working at the retirement home like $50. Like, let me just take my grandmother out for the day, and they like fucking put her in a home, and she's now like a nanny or like a cook or something, and then she's unpaid.
So we got to be careful with every time a player gets like a nickname and we drive the bit so hard, like McMuffin, their value gets so depleted. Everyone just thinks he's McMuffin, but then he gets traded. So everyone's like, "What are you doing? This guy's pretty good."
Yeah.
This is exactly what happens this is what's going to happen if I trade Lenny for these offers that I'm getting.
Offer till they crack. That's what I do. Bench warmers. It's just a fucking TD touchdown thunder. Cooper Kupp.
They put up
Jones, Stevenson, Pollard, Kelsey, Mahomes,
Lockett.
Yeah, it's every year they're ranked 3rd or 4th or 2nd in the power rankings. They put up TDs. They're always like suspect at wide receiver, but just have a plethora of RBs.
He has Thielen. Every time Thielen's on bench warmers, he gets a talk.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
He's getting a talk.
And Lockett's been a stud for him.
Aaron Jones missed that point. Yeah, it's just so good. Cobb, Kelsey, Mahomes, Stevenson. Yeah, this is just.
Of course, Dawson has one catch for him this week, and it's a tud.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith could put up 25 any single week.
Yeah, team won't trade Smith. Holy fuck!
And every fucking day, man.
I send him out for every day.
I've definitely sent a lot. I don't know about every day, but all right, we've got number 2, 1 and 2 left. We'll go with number 2, Jab, the Jabronis, a team that has been ranked 1 or 2 since the draft pretty much, but a team that has ultimately struggled to start this season. Going to be 3 and 5 to end this week, looking outside of the playoff picture. In typical Jab fashion, though, has had a lot of injuries. Mike Will, CPAT, Damian Harris, James Conner, just all these guys, Lazard, all these guys are getting hit. But he's got a million good players. He's got a million good players on the bench. There's no way this team with Higgins, Hill, Lamar, Walker, like all
what
these
a trade.
That trade.
What a trade.
Like what?
Yeah.
What a trade.
I wanted the Derrick Henry trade to be trade of the year because it's like, you ever get Derrick Henry, you're probably going to fucking win that. No, if this guy traded Debo and Melvin Gordon for Kenneth Walker and T. Higgins, probably his 2 new keepers unless he keeps Tyreek, actually. But he got a top 8 RB.
Yeah. And now Chase got hurt right after the deal. Debo got hurt right after the deal.
Yeah. And now Debo's on bye against me.
It's just an incredible deal. Also, he made the trade the week he's playing GSOP.
Yeah.
His team is so good at every single position.
I know. You go look at his flex. Like this week, Kirk, Wando Robinson, Benjamin. Like 2 to 3 of those should have been good. And it's like he had so many more better players on his bench too. They're just like waiting for their time in job land to play. So it's like I don't even know what he's going to be like full force or what deals he can make, but it's really scary.
Tyreek right now without getting tucks and the yardage is ridiculous.
I know.
So
we didn't even talk about Chris Olave. This guy's just insane.
Or Lamar. But Yeah, him and I had a sick matchup this week. He fell starting 2-0. He's now going to be 3-5. That's not great. But Job still, I would say, should be looking good for the playoffs. GSOP ranked number 1, even after this trade we just mentioned, giving up Walker and T. They're still ranked number 1 just because they killed the draft. They have a bunch of great guys. Their keepers are great. They kind of swindled CD Lamb. AJ Brown in the draft was sick. Judy's looking like a good addition. Chubb, Eckler, Sanders. It's a team that even when they're fully healthy, they're probably gonna have the most studs in the league.
Yeah. Just an insane draft. Like Miles Sanders was a massive win. Juju. Like that's the perfect flex. Yeah.
Like fully healthy, he's got CD, AJ Brown, Debo wide receiver. And he's got Chubb and Eckler. Then his flex, he's got like Sanders, Judy, and either like Melvin Gordon, Juju, Pierce, Claypool. Like all are fine, all are good.
Yeah, and I think Herbert should.
Herbert's good.
He can't be this all season.
I wouldn't trade Tua for Herbert. Wouldn't do that not for a second.
No, but I think he should start. You're not going to get Derek Carr 1.94. So one projected 127 with a quarterback being dead. So, and Debo on bye and Eckler on bye. He still puts up 127.
I mean, Chubb over Mixon at 101. What a call. And he did it. He was right.
Insane call. AJ Brown. Insane call. Yeah. GSOP, big statement here for him. He's a big boy now. Rod Bull to this.
Is GSOP a perennial powerhouse in this league, or is he a regular season powerhouse? Some common names around this time in the bottom 4 ALL, Jackrabbits, EMG, vacuum cleaners. That's the scraps. That's the scrappy teams in the red.
I feel like
That's the scrappy 4.
it should come down to the last week. I do feel like we've had this conversation the last 3 years. The same boys.
I would love to pull up the power rankings from post-draft or like week 1 because I feel like they'd be very similar to how they are right now, even though teams are like 2-6, 6-1, and a bunch of 4-3s. I feel like that these power ranks are very similar.
Post draft.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not 7 anymore.
EMG was 10. Tink was 9. Gone 7-1 since. Vacuum cleaners were 8. Benchwarmers 7. GSOP 6. Jackrabbits 5. ALL 4. Gawky son of a bitch. Inferno 3. Figured out 2. Jab 1. So biggest climbers would be Benchwarmers. Me kinda. GSOP. Yeah, the Inferno ALL, you guys like fell, but now you guys are wagons, so it's just wide open. I don't even know.
Already started. Tyler Boyd, 14 reception yards. First drive. All right, we've got a game on.
Yeah.
We've got
Chris Evans come.
Monday Night Football.
600 cash.
It's your boy. You picked him up. What about Mike? Let's see.
26 yards. Look at that.
Figure it out. All right, let's go watch this. We've got a minute remaining here. They're going to kick us off the site. They need to fix Zoom. All right, thanks, boys. We'll try to get this released soon. And maybe if I get a couple more wins together, we'll have a couple more power rankings together. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, thanks a lot. See you soon.
Cheers.